Find the term that contains y to the 6th in the expansion of 3x plus y to the power of 15. Alright, what we have here is an expansion of a binomial. So we use the binomial theorem. Alright? Now, it's good to remember what the binomial theorem says. But if you don't, or you're not sure exactly what it is, whether it is correct, the one that you remember, one thing you can do is say you have x plus y cube and expand that and look at the pattern. So x plus y cube would be x plus y times x plus y times x plus y. So this would be x squared plus x times y, xy plus y times x, xy plus y times y, y squared. And that multiplies x plus y. This is the same as x squared plus 2xy plus y squared multiplied by x plus y. After that, multiply these now. X squared by x gives you x cubed plus x squared by y gives you x squared y plus 2xy times x gives you 2x squared y plus 2xy by y gives you 2xy squared plus y squared times x gives you xy squared plus y squared by y gives you y cubed. So you have x cubed plus x squared y plus 2x squared y gives you 3x squared y plus 2xy squared plus xy squared gives you 3xy squared plus y cubed. Alright, so you can see a pattern here. Now, put in all the x's and the y's including to the power of 0. So this is y to the 0 and this is x to the 0. So you have x on the left and the power of x goes from 3 and 2 and goes right down to 0. So the power of x starts from the top and goes down. The powers of y goes from 0 and 1 and 2 and so on. It goes up to 3. You can see it. X to the 3, then x to the 2, then x to the 1, then x to the 0. X, the powers of x fall from the top. Y is y to the 0, then to the 1, then to the 2, then to the 3. The powers of x rise. Note also the powers of x and y, they add to be equal to 3. Always, they keep adding up to 3. 3 plus 0 is 3, 2 and 1 is 3. It's y to the 1, x to the 1, 1 and 2 is 3, 0 and 3 is 3. Alright, now the coefficients, you have combinations here. 3 x's and no y's. How many ways can you arrange 3 x's and no y? That is 3c, 3 x's. Then how many ways can you arrange 3 numbers, 2 y's? How many ways can you arrange 3 numbers? That's 3 combination, 1x. No, 2 x's. We're arranging x's. 3 numbers, 3 x's. Then that's 3 combination 3. three numbers combination 2x's. Three numbers combination 1x. You see, 3x's, 2x's, 1x, then no x. So the next one is three numbers combination no x. Alright, so that should remind you. Alright, so 3x plus y. Instead of x alone, we have 3x now. 3x plus y to the 15. So we say 3x plus y to the power of 15 is going to be 3x to the 15, y to the 0. Now the coefficient, need to make a little space for the coefficient. The coefficient is, we're arranging 3 x's, so it's 15 combination 15 3 x's, 15 item total combination 15 3 x's, plus there is going to be, well, there are going to be 14 now. The powers drop from 15 to 14. 3x to the power 14, y to the power of 1. And then the coefficient will be 15 items to arrange 14 3x's. You see that? Plus, then the 3x, the power will drop down one more, going to 13, and the y, the power will rise up one more, going to 2. Right, and the powers keep adding to 15. The coefficient here will be 15 items to arrange. That's 13 3x's and 2 y's, so it's 15 items to arrange. Combination, how many 3x's you're arranging? That's 13. Alright, then plus, and so on and so forth. You're not going to write them all down until you go all down to y to the 6. What you're going to say now is this. The thing is, you look at the pattern and say what is going to happen at y to the 6. Right? So the term with y to the 6, that's what we want. What is it going to be? You're going to have a y to the 6. Question is, what will be the 3x power? Now remember, the powers of the 3x and the power of the 3x and the power of y always add up to 15. So going to be 15 minus 6. Right? Let's write it like that first. 15 minus 6. So 3x will be to the 15 minus 6 while y is to the 6. Now what will be the coefficient? Again, we have 15 items arranging. Now, how many 3x's we have? It's 15 minus 6. You see that? So, basically, this will be equal to 15c9 3x to the power of 9 y to the power of 6. That is going to be the term. Alright? Now, obviously, if we expand this thing, we're going to have some very big numbers. For example, what is 3 to the 9? 3 to the power of 9 equal 19,683. Alright, large numbers we're going to have. could just either leave it as it is, or we could write it as the answer is 15C9. By the way, hold on. What's 15C9? My calculator on screen doesn't seem to have that feature, so I'm using my calculator offline. 15 shift NCR9 equal 5005, right? It's 5005. And if I should multiply that by the 19,683, this time 5005 equal massive number, man. 98,513,415. Even though I could write it down, but kind of look awkward to be writing, and a bit messy to be writing such a large number. Let's just keep it as it is here. Alright, so it's 15C9, 3 to the 9, x to the 9, y to the 6. Alright, so that's what we have as our term that contains a y to the 6.